And I want to start the next talk. And I want to welcome to the speech Konstantyn Severenchuk. So he is Cloud Competency Executive at EPAM Systems. Please, welcome.
Thanks, everyone. I'm really excited and thrilled to be here. I have had a long trip, 24 hours, because I haven't traveled from Ukraine, but through the Europe. It was really fun. And thanks for this great organization. All right, looks like I'm missing the clicker. We are working in IT, but still having some issues. I'm not going to talk about the AI in this case, right? Because we are still humans and we need to execute our stuff. All right. So what we are going to talk about, let me measure the temperature a bit. What kind of audience do we have? Do we have developers over here? Can you raise your hands? All right, cool. Do we have any architects? Not too much, but few of them. All right, any business guys? And ladies? All right, cool. I do have a pretty interesting topic. It's a bit widespread. Those I've divided into 4 main parts. So I'm going to skip the intro because it's for the lazy people, right? But I'm going to talk about the infra project that is called InfraPhoenix. I'm going to touch AI integration cases, and maybe or definitely I'll give some time for the demo. All right. Regards the intro, who am I? I'm like a bit dinosaurs working in the IT industry from 2007, right? So I am 18 years already there. 16 years like a systems engineer, and mostly closely to 14 years at EPAM Systems. What I do? I'm Director of Technology Solutions. It means that I'm lead systems architect. However, beside that, I'm still hands-on. I'm keeping my hands dirty in order to be in the trend and see what is going on across the globe, across the world in the IT industry. I do have like a core roles, functionality, hybrid skills, whatever, right? I'm trying to make the solutions fully automated end-to-end. And if it's not automated from end-to-end, maybe AI will help us. I'm not talking about the strategic stuff, easy to execute for the business, right, and for the other people. Those. Let's move on. What do we have on our plate? We have the developer's dilemma. What is developer's dilemma, right? Fulfillment the routine tasks. Imagine that you are coming daily to work and executing manual stuff in order to be prepared. I don't know, is it like an infrastructure? Is it CI/CD related stuff? It has the direct impact on the overall productivity because you are spending your time instead of developing the feature, instead of developing the logic, business logic, technical capabilities, enablers, still you're moving there. From another side, you're spending the time in order to test the things, test your features, and you're slowing up. You're slowing up, and in this case, we have been thinking how actually it can speed up our work, our progress, to increase the efficiency of ourselves. We do have this solution in automation. So our solution to help developers increase the productivity, focus on the business logic instead of the quality. It doesn't mean that you have to skip the quality gates. However, you need to concentrate mostly what are you developing, what are you doing, how do you do, how you're going to execute your code. What about the project itself? So we have been thinking about the core principles and core capabilities. So we would like to be the client focused, right? So we are working in the IT industry, we do have the clients, consumers, product companies, everyone is developing something. The client focus, this is the first one, the client centricity, and we would like to be the best over here. We want to be the future-proof cloud solutions because clouds nowadays, this is capability enabler for us to execute as much faster, as much resilient, stable, and reliable. So this is the business goals, business values, business commitments, the management, continuous evolution. Still, from the 18 years in industry, I see the trends are still moving and moving as fast as we can. We started journey with the cloud-first enablers. Right now we have the AI enablers. We have introduced AI over here, and we dedicate expert advisory. So we are not just putting finger into the sky and thinking how it's going to be implemented. Still, we have these features and capabilities to proceed with. We package our experience in a different way, right? So we managed to build the CI/CD pipelines for our consumers and our customers into the horizontal scalable accelerator stuff, right? We are mostly AWS concentrated. It's InfraPhoenix and AWS AI integrations. Pretty the same we have for the other CSPs, cloud service providers, the big elephants, and it is done in appropriate manner in order to have the AI augmentation for the SDLC. Those. So case number one, this is AI stuff, what we have developed for ourselves, AI GDM bot, AI powered. So we have been thinking, let's imagine for a developer, in order to be onboarded, how much time it's going to take. Like, I have no clue what I do have in my repository, right? Is it like a GitHub, GitLab, or Bitbucket? I need to spend the time, I need to read the code, I need to read the documentation. It's taking time. Is it like an operational time? Some sort of. We've developed this tool that is helping us to increase the productivity. How it works? Pretty easy, right? So developer has the source code. In the middle, we have the GDM bots, and we have the logics behind it at AWS Bedrock. So through the command at the GitHub, you're telling, hey, can you please explain me what do I have in my GitHub, GitLab, or Bitbucket? And it is generating the model and telling, you know, here is the code that is describing application certain A, B, C, D, E, and it is executing stuff on this kind of language. And you're telling, okay, great. Can I generate some unit test for that? For sure, and it is generating the unit test for you. So you don't spend the time over here as well. Also, it can build some sort of the pipelines. It's implemented on the YAML and JSON stuff, so it's easy to maintain because this language is there declarative. I'm not talking about the metadata, because metadata itself is going to be published at the Bedrock, executed back, and you are having this result appropriately, see from the holistic view. It was just an intro. InfraPhoenix. We spend a lot of time working with our clients, and we are trying to not reinvite the bicycles. We still keep using the tools that they do have in their inventory, their applications, in order to be more stable. So what do we have over here, right? So we have CI/CD project based fully on the AWS. It is creating the pipelines for you. It's fully, sorry, I'm sneezing a bit, and I can be coughing a bit due to the long travel. Sorry for that. So it's taken too long time to set up the pipelines, right? It is increasing the operational cost in order to support. Let's imagine that you need to build the CI/CD pipelines at Jenkins. Is it easy? Right, but still you have to maintain it. So we've tried to find some sort of the compromise, and we have created these pipelines. How it looks like? Fully cloud native, hosted at AWS, divided into two main parts. So at the upper part, you see the infrastructure itself, self-reliable, based on the Terraform, and I think my friend definitely will talk about the Terraform. He already reviewed code yesterday and told that I need to fix it. Definitely, I'm going to fix it. We have a pretty same approach as GDM bot, right? The main version control systems are there. You're posting your code. You do have the Atlassian Terraform. For the checks, you do have the Cloud Custodian, TF6, you have Checkov, TF-Lint, and the bad thing that it's automatically checked. You don't need to spend the time over here. In the middle, we do have the main applicational stuff. Pretty the same from the version control systems. Fully cloud native. It supports and has already integration with SonarQube, AI handle that I will cover a bit later. We do have Selenium and other different stuffs. So you see, we do have most of the integrations, pretty easy to execute. What are the key benefits over here? It's fully managed, self-reliable, auto-scaled stuff. Your infrastructure is scaled at the same certain period of time as application is scaling as well. We do have the ECR or EC2, we have the Artifactory storage. We have full continuous integration and continuous delivery stuff at the same time. How actually the pipeline looks like. So developer is making the commit, and everything else is going smoothly and fully automatically way. You see the green components, you can change them if you would like to. So it's what we have been thinking a lot, and I'm as architect, I wasn't leading this project, I was sponsoring it, and I've told, hey guys, we need to create the plug-in, plug-out in order to make the changes on the fly, because the tools, they're going to be changed. However, AWS still will be there. Here is a team who actually did it. I would like to thank them and tell that it was a good job. It was developed during the year. If you see, we have only 3 developers over here, right? Rest of the people, so we have had the guidance from the product owner, we have had 2 architects, we have had a Scrum Master, so usually as IT business do. From the project overview, what we've checked, realized, we've tried for ourselves for the first time, because we are an IT company as well, and we are doing first time for ourselves, testing it, and after that we can provide it for our clients. So we provided it for our developers. What they told us, it's easy to scale, it's cost efficient, so TCO model, tracking cost optimization, finance optional stuff, everything is here. Pretty easy to do, right? It's simple, and it has already pre-built security. So you are able to assign any policies that you would like to, because it's already hosted in your organization. It means you can grab it, deploy it into your infrastructure, and use it like an isolated stuff. We have used the best practices for the CI/CD, quality gates, test results, and other different stuff. So we have followed the industry. It means we are compliant over here. The full automation that is used, so we mostly use the services instead of the bare metal or instances. So what is about? It is already supporting Java, Python, and Golang. You are able to run your workloads at EC2, ECS, EKS. We do support Bitbucket, GitHub, GitLab, AWS code commit, right? Unfortunately, there are some limitations from that lesson. However, we are still working in order to have it more flexible. How it looks like. So here is a code deploy interface. This is stage deployment. Pretty easy to do, easy to see, everything centralized at one interface. Pretty the same for the distributed load testing, right? You can easily see what kind of tests were executed. Here at your infrastructure, you already know the SLA, what is going to be the OLA if it's inside of the organization, and it's scalable enough. We do have the Slack interface, right? So you're able to see what is going to be executed. From the Selenium test, we do have the report portal. Also, we have report portal integration into the Slack, so you can easily make the configuration, what is going to be executed, what do you see, what kind of stage, what kind of environment, is it successful or not. Pretty the same we do have for the Teams, Microsoft Teams, because it's right now for the most of the enterprise companies, it's reliable enough. Solution use cases. If you will take a look at the business perspective, so what kind of the business domains are covered, so mostly most of them are covered here. Why? Because we are compliant. If you would like to assign any policy and any compliance, AWS is giving you such kind of capabilities, and you're just an enabler. From EPAM solution, right? Why we did it? Because you're saving the time. For example, how long it's going to you to take, I don't know, to tear up the Jenkins, to tear up the CloudBeast, TeamCity, whatever, any CI/CD tool. It's taking the time. Here, it's fully automated. Just click the button, execute it, and see what is going on. How much time do I have? All right, I have some time. Cost reduction. So AWS announced this year that they have changed a bit their financial operational stuff. So you can make the cost reductions because you can upscale, downscale on the fly. The quality improvements, that's self-describable stuff because of the quality gates and the quality attributes that can be easily done, integrated over here. From the solutions benefits. Sorry. So it's much more faster from the business perspective, because business don't care about those money, and you don't have to tell the business, hey guys, to your technical lead, to your business developers, that I need more money. It's more productive. More productive because you are not spending the time, I mean the operational time. You can communicate from the different perspectives way, different integrators and different connectors. Quality improved, IT cost reductions. It's free to make some sort of the prototypes because AWS as a cloud service provider gives you possibility to do this. And this is shorter time to launch in any project, in any productions. From the technical benefits, from the solution and stuff, right? It's already has onboarded the version control systems over here. So it's easy for you to make the connection and to execute it. All of the tools that are represented here, they're pretty popular. So we are not trying to use any other different stuff. The CI/CD approach is mostly self-describable, and we have the AI integrations. Let's talk about the AI. Still, AI is a tool for myself. It is not going to change you anyway. It totally depends how you're going to use it and what's the applicability of it. What we have been thinking, and it is already implemented. Let's imagine, sorry, I haven't asked how many systems engineers, DevOps, SREs do we have over here? All right, cool. Good for you. Let's imagine that you have to write the Terraform code, right? Still, you can use Terraform modules, but you need to make some sort of customization. I've just visited, during the past way here, I visited one of our clients, and they do have 2 systems engineers who are checking the Terraform constantly on a daily basis, like at 3-4 hours daily for each of the developer who has made a commit or merge request. Is it long time? It is. Are they making the mistakes? Yeah. So what we did, we've created the error handler, the automatically one that is actually covering your errors and telling you're not going to make this happen, it is not going to be merged. The first stuff. We have got the regular warnings as well. As soon as the webhook pre-commit is done, it is checking the Terraform code, so you're not spending the time over here. You're just reading the errors, reading the comments. From the application perspective, it is unit test generation through the PRs as well. So developer has committed the code of the application. It has tight influence to the infrastructure as well. You're generating the unit test here automatically. It has the source code's explanation as well. And from the another stuff, it has the code commands. And the biggest cherry on the cake is the Sonar Cube. Imagine that static code analysis automatically create the PR merge request in the Git as soon as it has found the issue. Sounds good, right? You don't need to spend the time. So how it actually works from the errors perspective. So you have your pull request, you have that lesson plan that is going to be executed somewhere at the backyard. You have the Terraground validation, you've got the error. And here the thing. You have this error log posted at S3 bucket because it's executed on the backyard. You don't see and you don't have clue what is going on. AI handler committing the fixes by AI. What does it mean? I've made a huge mistake in my Terraform code. And it is telling, here is a right piece of code, just copy paste it, commit it, use it, and execute it. As soon as you're making the change, it's executing and automatically fixing your merge request. So through the PRs, you're running the Terraground plan as well, and it's already fixed. Fully automatically done. Why not? So that's why I'm telling AI is still the tool, but we need to identify the areas where they are going to be committed. This is one of the cases. Another case, pretty the same. So regular warning. Pull request, infrastructure as the plan, regular warning, PRAI commit that is telling you've got an issue. Your model is outdated, for example, or you need to make the change at another model, or you have the strict dependency inside the Terraform, inputs, outputs, whatever. Is it working? Good. So we do use TFLint over here and TFSec. How the communication is going on. So all of the communication, unfortunately, still we haven't got all of the stuff already onboarded, but the whole communication is done through the comments. So you have the comment, you're posting it. For example, you do need to run the unit tests, right? You need to create a unit test. You're writing just a comment at the GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, wherever, and here's the output. So from the upper side, you see that's unit test client for the main goal, please do, right? And here is a unit test, automatically generated. Most of the time, developers are spending their operational stuff fixing the code and writing the unit test, because unit tests are going to test this code, right? Cool. What do we have another? Source code explanation via PR request. I have no clue what is going on. What do I have, right? How should I onboard? I need to read this code. I need to understand what kind of dependencies this code are. Let it be Java, Python, or Go. And you're just writing the command. And here is the explanation. Pretty easy to understand. Horizontally done. It is not taking so much time. So what we do have also here, they implemented. It's code comments. So you're just telling, hey, I have no clue about this code. Just write the comments for this code. Here you are. So why do we do this? Because we need to increase our efficiency. Even we need to understand where is the most time is spent. We have done the measurement. You know, the productivity increased from 25 till 45%. I'm not telling the half because I need to make the risk management over here. The Sonar Cube, pretty the same stuff, right? So it successfully creates the pull request for you as soon as making identification of the error. Why not? All right. I have been talking about the demo. I was thinking how I'm going to do this. Unfortunately, it's taking too much time. And it was time. I've made the video. However, due to the limitation of the time, I thought that it would be better for you that we will open source this product. So you can demo yourself. Just scan the code, grab the cloud native CI/CD pipeline. It's for free. We've open sourced it. Thank you.
All right, Kostya, I want to, I want to ask you to stay on the stage. Maybe we have some questions. I think we can take some questions. Any questions from the audience? And also, I forgot to mention that we have our swag and gifts from sponsors that we'll be giving away for Q&A sessions as well. So. Any volunteers? Any questions from the audience? Yeah, I see. Yes.
All right. It will be interesting.
Thank you. My question will be very simple. When you use AI to generate some description or documentation, how do you ensure the quality, that there is no hallucination?
Constant feedback. Because, right, you know, we are still working in the continual improvement process. And how do we test the things inside, right? We are just populating. Why we are giving just it for free right now? Because we need to grab the feedback. This is the most valuable stuff. So we're grabbing the feedback constantly, and based on the feedback, we are making the improvements. So over here, we do use the open contribution model. So instead of just keep using this tool, you can create the merge request and tell, hey guys, you know, you have been written the shitty code. I want to fix it. We are open for it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for a great talk and workshop about your experience. So my question is, you talked about compliance to every industry that you have in mind. So my question is, by security side, is it SonarCube that's scanning your security vulnerabilities in your code, or do you have some analysis inspector tool in AWS, for example, ECR analysis in inspector? So your idea about that?
So, you know, I want to say the quick answer is yes, because SonarCube is pretty scalable in this case. We do use both, right? Because I haven't touched the NFRs, and I haven't touched why we've developed this. But still, you need to check it. Those we just assign them the additional rules, additional compliances rules, and everything is there.
Okay, thank you.
As you mentioned before, as a developer, I can say we should write code to deploy our projects on GitHub. And does your tool rely on GitHub, if we use that tool, we shouldn't write code, yes? Or I didn't understand that point.
Sorry, can you repeat? So you just let me paraphrase. You're asking if this tool is going to write the code instead of you?
Yes.
No.
Does it rely on GitHub?
It is rely on GitHub, but it is not writing the code instead of you.
We shouldn't write codes if you use that tool,
Sure.
Yes? Thank you.
All right, okay. We also have one question, two questions actually from this side of the stage. So,
hi, I have a quick question. Do you also use AI for the onboarding, like for the new developers when they join the company, they want to set up a local environment? Like, is there any?
Can you speak a bit louder, please?
Yeah. Do you also use AI for the onboarding for the new developers, like when they want to do a local setup for the project?
Yeah, for sure.
And this tool helps them as well?
Yes.
Okay, so like giving documentation and everything.
All right, just grab and use it.
all right. Okay, so one more, and I think this will be pre-list.
If I use code generated by AI, does the AI have some authorities over it? Or is it free to use?
You know, I want to say just try it and you will see. So definitely AI recognizes the code that is generated by AI. Those, anyway, totally depends on the engine that you are using on the backyard that is checking. So what we've did, right, in this case, let me get back a bit. You have different models. Still, we are trying to, what is it? Still, we are trying to use different connectors over here. You see AWS Bedrock, Azure OpenAI, GCP. But what we have realized that the fastest feedback still given by GPT. Those, it means you can connect few of them and try what is the best one, what is the fastest one.
Thank you.
Okay, and this will be probably the last one. Okay, yes.
On one of your slides, you mentioned the list of supported languages, which was, if I'm not mistaken, Java, Python, and Go. Do you support only those languages, or, I mean, programming languages, your tool?
At the current moment of time, just supporting this.
Do you plan any extension?
Yes.
All right. I think that will be the last one. All right, sweet. So please give it up to Konstantyn Severenchuk. Thank you,
Thank
Konstantyn.
you. Thanks.